Hey, and welcome to Deer Camp. This week we come to you from Battle Creek, Michigan at the Fort Custer military base, where we're hosting a disabled veterans hunt. So stay tuned, we got like 10,000 acres of huntable deer territory out here and a lot of great guys. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You're in boot camp for deer camp. Come to attention. Look at me, not at your feet. Look at me, not your feet. Why ain't your boots well in? You want to make everybody get down and do 20 push-ups? Look at me, don't look away. I just gave you 40. That face just gave you another 10, that's 50.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a sir. I work in the United States Army. I am a sergeant, I'm not a sir. I tell you what to do. You understand that? Get the smile off your face and look at me.
Hey gang, so we're out here this afternoon with Dave Neeson. He's a disabled hunter, a disabled veteran, and he has set up the most amazing blind here. It's really great. He's got a nice ramp. They got his chair up in here. A special custom camo hunting rig. And Dave, how's your season been going so far? You've been seeing a lot of deer?
Opening day we saw a lot of deer. I had a grandson and granddaughter with me. Made the other blind a little bit cramped, but we had a wonderful time.
Great.
We didn't get any deer, but when you get successful with a deer, that's great. If you have a good time, it was a successful hunt.
Oh, great.
And it sure was.
You go out hunting with your grandkids and children pretty often?
Every chance I get.
Awesome. That's great. That's a great lineage.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, nice. How long you been hunting?
Since I was 8 years old.
Is that right?
Wow, that's over 50 years.
Really nice. Who got you into hunting?
My father.
Yeah. Oh, great.
A lot of good memories there.
Yeah.
He's since passed, so I'm passing it to my
Right.
grandkids.
Good. Awesome. Do you remember getting your first deer?
I sure do.
Yeah. What was that like?
It was just a little 5-point.
Mm-hmm.
That particular year, my dad was in the hospital with an ulcer operation. I didn't know where to go, and he told me just go out and sit in this certain spot. He said, one will come by.
Nice.
And I'd never seen a buck in the woods with a gun up until that point.
Yeah.
And so I had to call him right up from the hospital and let him know that I got it that night.
Nice. Dad, you were right as rain.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, years ago, I've been in a wheelchair over 30 years.
Wow.
I lost a lot of those years thinking that all my hunting and fishing days were gone.
Yeah.
And since, a lot of trial and error, but now we've got a real good group. We've got a group of Quest Ministries, and our goal is to get people into the out of doors that have had difficulties, and that's the reason this blind is built. We've got a young fellow with spina bifida that has never hunted before and asked us if we would help him. This is what our group has done, and this young man will get his first deer this year out of this blind.
Nice. I wish I could be there to get that one on tape, because there's nothing like the first deer, you know.
That's true.
Always the best.
So here I am at the Rio Grande National Forest at a no-name lake, one of the gorgeous gems hidden up here at around about 12,000 feet.
Well, hey, y'all gonna be doing some fishing this year, are ya? Well, you'll be sure and stay tuned and watch the Deer Camp, because we're gonna be covering fish camps from across the country. And be sure and write in and tell us about your unusual, fishing camps, so we can come on out and do a show out at your place.
So how long have you been hunting? I've been hunting since I was just a little boy. My dad took me out when I was like 7 years old and stuff. Usually I just go out and fall asleep next to a tree with him.
There you go.
But I guess that's when I started, quite young.
Wow. And when How long did you hunt up before? Did you hunt a lot before the accident, and then a little bit harder before or after, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I had an accident back in October 2nd of '98. Putting up a tree stand, and I didn't take my heart. I wasn't gonna hunt or nothing that day. Just putting it up. I know it's late, being October 2nd and all, but I was worked a lot of overtime, and so I put my stand up, and I was just sitting up there for a few minutes and just dozed off, fell asleep for a split second, and that was it. Off the tree I went.
Wow.
And been in a chair ever since.
Jeez, it was just, I guess there was no safety harness or anything, just kind of keep you up there. Fortunately, huh?
Yeah, I try to promote, every time I talk to anybody, I try to promote safety harnesses and hopefully I can save somebody's life through my mistake.
Definitely. Wow, that's too bad. So have you got many deer or anything success since?
Yeah, I've shot lots of deer. As a matter of fact, far into this field here, just to the south of us here, that's where I got my first buck, my first deer actually.
Oh.
I got a 5-point my first year. Yeah, I'd have to say peaceful.
That's a good word.
Sometimes you don't always see animals.
Yeah?
You don't always harvest animals. But over the years I've come to the conclusion that it's not always just about that. I mean, look how beautiful it is out here today. Yeah, it's got a little snow coming down. But it's real pretty out. And crisp fresh air. I like just being outside. Just being outdoors.
That's what it's all about right there.
Which way's he running?
Yeah, it laid down in front of me. It did like a cartwheel when I hit it. The bucket went over, ass over end, man. It laid right out in front of me.
What was it?
Good shooting, cowboy. What was it? Big doe?
It was the second though. It looked like a pretty good size. The first one wasn't too bad.
How you shooting, Hot Rod? Woohoo! That one's not getting back up.
Nice.
Yeah, congratulations, bud.
Thanks, man.
Where'd you hit it at?
Got him right in the neck.
A dead run?
Yeah. These are the ones that come out of that low spot where you guys were down at.
Oh, really?
Or they came, yeah, I thought they'd come through and come down to you guys, and the next thing I know, they turn around and run at me. So I go, hey, I gotta take one, or try. So I got one.
Well done, man. All right.
Bang! Nothing happens. She said another one. Bang! Nothing happens.
So how long have you been hunting?
A couple of years.
Hunting for 2 years now? Oh, okay.
3, I think. I came here, I went on the youth hunt when I was 11 too.
Oh, okay. And you've gotten a deer yet, or no? So if you get one today, it'll be your first deer?
Yeah.
Nice. When did you take your safety course?
When I was 11.
Oh, really? Okay. You learn anything important out of there, or remember anything?
I remember everything because...
Do you really?
Yeah, my dad would kill me because he's a hunter safety hunter.
Oh, really?
A hunter safety instructor, so...
He kind of, yeah, make sure you're up to date on everything, huh?
Boy, let me give you a little tip. You got to pay attention. You're sitting there flapping your jaw, and there's a big 10-pointer right out there in front of you.
Oh, wow, it was a bloodbath by what he described it. So we got like 6 deer that day.
Wow, that was a close shot right there. It's on back around. They could be spooking them running this way. I guess I gotta keep an eye out.
Carlson.
Okay. He's just sitting, camping down over there.
I see him.
Yeah, he's really moving. He's aiming down towards the window now. I think he's trying to settle himself in.
He's aiming towards us?
No, towards the window where he shot that deer at.
Someone's sitting right on us. We saw a buck and they got it from us. No, someone else did. There was a buck right there and someone else shot it.
Hi, and welcome to Deer Camp. We're your hosts. I'm Eric Lee Wright.
And I'm Amanda Orr.
And this is your show, your stories, your way.
Ever want to be on TV or have your own hunting show? Well, now's your chance to get on air and tell us about your experiences. We want to hear from you, so send in your videos, pictures, emails, blogs, and we can shoot our next episode at your deer camp and share it with America.
So contact us at deercamponline.com, and we'll see you in the woods.
Hey gang, how's it going? This afternoon we come to you with Brian Woodward on a snowy afternoon hunt, and Brian is he's hunting from his chair today. And Brian, what kind of advice would you have for a young hunter who's handicapped who maybe want to get into this? How would he go about making a start with this?
As far as find somebody with the right equipment. I mean, this adaptive equipment is from a company named Be Adaptive, and they make all kinds of different equipment. And when you got a snowy day like today, you want to make sure you dress warm too.
Yeah, it's been chilly for sure. And any hunt tips for us hunters out there?
Well, it's mostly patience.
Patience, yeah. That's always the key.
Yeah, you have to wait for the deer to come to you. You can't go to them.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to find a good spot and sit there and wait for them to come.
Right on.
And practice a lot with your bow.
So how does the puff and sip nozzle work to shoot that arrow?
This blue and white thing, it's just a sip. All you gotta do is sip on it, and it hits the actuator up there, and that hits the trigger.
If you could sum up all your hunting experience, desire, everything that you love about hunting into one word, what would that word be?
Pure enjoyment. More than one word, it's relaxation too. It's just very relaxing.
Awesome. That's really great. Yeah, I can't imagine you get to get out too often, so it's really a treat to have you out with us today.
Yeah, not in the woods. I don't get.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to get out into the woods.
Yeah, that's awesome.
By a lot of people.
So tell me the story of the doe that you got.
Earlier this year, we went to a place called Ruby Creek in Branch, Michigan, and we set up a blind that was across the field. It was a winter wheat field, and the deer come out about 250, 300 yards away, and they were feeding down there, and we watched them for a couple of hours and tried to call them, and they couldn't come any closer. They wouldn't come, and then all of a sudden 3 of them jumped out of the woods within about 60 yards, and the littlest one went out front, and I chose one of the bigger ones that were lagging behind, and took aim on her and pulled the trigger, and sipped on the trigger.
Sip the trigger. I love that.
And sat her right in the neck, and she dropped immediately. I didn't have to chase her, nothing.
What caliber rifle were you using?
That was 30-06.
Oh, great.
It was my dad's. I had borrowed it for the weekend.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
I'd never shot it before, even before my accident.
Yeah.
So that was the first shot.
Nice.
One shot, one kill.
Is this your first time out bow hunting?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
In the chair.
In the chair. Right.
Yeah. I used to bow hunt with a compound bow before my accident, but yeah, this is the first time out with a crossbow.
Cool. It's really turning a liability into a fruitful life, man. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I had those notions of what I would do if I was ever really hurt, It's like lay in and feel bad about myself, or turning around and reinvent myself. It's pretty great what you've done. It's inspiring.
Yeah, you really don't know what you're doing till it happens,
I'm Eric Lee Wright, your host. We're here to find out about your camp.
We want to hear about the legends, the lineage of hunters that got you to hunt.
Be a part of Deer Camp, exclusively on DirecTV Channel 608. Unless you're still in your tree stand, then you might want to record it.
Well, good morning, folks. We're out here with Larry McKee on a morning hunt in northern Michigan near Kalamazoo. And we're in a ground blind. It's a little rainy. Larry, how you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. How excited about today?
Yes, sir. How long's it been since you've been out hunting?
I've been hunting ever since 1973, but since I became disabled in 2000, I haven't been able to go out and go hunting because I have no one to go with. And because of my medical needs that I have to have.
Oh, I see. What does it take to have you come out and hunt?
Well, you know, I gotta make sure that my blood sugars are good. I also have to wear leg braces to walk and not to overdo myself because of the diabetes.
Right.
So just coming out here is, you know, seventh heaven for me to come out here and sit in the woods with somebody.
Awesome.
To do something that I love to do.
Sure. Right toward us, right in front of us. That's your shot. Whatever he's into you, got him. Where's he at? Right in front of you. Right hands. Right in front of us. Right in front of us. I can't see him.
I don't know if I got him or not.
He jumped like crazy.
Did he?
He sure did. He couldn't have been closer to us, buddy. It's awesome, man.
It was kind of blurry when I shot.
Yeah.
Do you think I hit him?
I think you hit him the way he jumped. It was awesome, man.
I couldn't see very well through my scope and I was trying to line it up.
Gotcha. It was just set too high. You probably got it on 9 power. That thing was but 20 yards from us, if that. Whew, that ran up on us quick, buddy.
It did. I got him in my sights and it got all blurry because of all the brown. And I was saying, oh man, is this a shot? Is this a shot? That's when I pulled it and I know that he jumped.
Yeah, he totally jumped. I'm gonna go take a look for you.
Okay.
Larry, what happened there with that shot?
Well, I think because it was being so early in the morning and having a high-powered scope, that it kind of blended in where I thought that I had a good shot on him. And apparently I didn't, and I either shot over him or I shot under him.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing with the scope. Early in the morning, you can't see very well.
That's right. You need a couple of aspirins for that buck fever?
Yeah. I could have thrown a rock at him. I couldn't hit him with the 12 gauge.
Hey, well, that's hunting in the real world, people, so thanks a lot for joining us. So we're out here today on an afternoon hunt with Jerry Allen. He's our host. He's a huge advocate for these disabled veterans and giving them the opportunity to come out and hunt. So how long have you been organizing this disabled veteran hunts?
7 years now. Different capacities. Every year it grows. First year I think we had 4 hunters. Now we're We run 6 different hunts for deer. We run 4 for turkey. We do youth. We're running an average of 25 hunters a day.
Okay, cool. So Jerry, you've developed a product called Blood Glow. What can you tell us about Blood Glow?
It's a forensic-based product of luminol. We are not looking for what you can see. We're looking for invisible blood. We literally can track a deer 60 days after it was shot through the woods.
Hey, so in your hunting experience and your work with the disabled veterans, what kind of advice would you have for a young disabled person who wants to get into hunting?
Check the local areas. Get on the internet and look. Military bases many times will have open hunts across the United States. They can call me if they would like, and I can find something in their location. You can email me after the shot at gmail.com. I can try and find something in your locale, or if you ever want to develop a hunt, please, if you need some help, let me know.
Hey, well, this is the true essence of what we're about in hunters giving back, and really creating opportunities for the community of hunters.
I appreciate you guys coming out. This has just been a wonderful experience, and to get the exposure to help other disabled into the woods is very important, whether they be children, female, and a disability may not be somebody in a wheelchair, maybe somebody with a heart problem, maybe somebody who just can't walk very far. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of companies like BE Adapt You that make wheelchair accessible mounts, and we're real grateful for companies that would go out of their way to make equipment like that. And we encourage more companies to open up the doors for other hunters. If there's anybody that could do that, it would be outstanding. It would give us more tools that we can use to make the hunts happen.
Perfect. Great. Okay, well, thanks a lot for joining us, and we're going to sign off with a shot in the woods. So thanks very much, man. We'll talk to you later, Jerry.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome.